What's up, EQ lovers? I'm your host, Divine J.
And I'm Jaymi D.
This is episode 3, season 2.
We're moving along pretty nicely.
Yeah, we're speeding. We're trying to speed up the process. We're trying to be a little bit more consistent.
Consistency.
Right,
yes.
right. That's the key.
That's the key. Okay.
Well, first I want to say thank you to all the EQ lovers that wished me a happy birthday. I turned 29. Yeah, 29.
You old. You're almost 30.
I think you're closer to 30 than I am.
We don't have to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about you, though.
We talking about me? Are we talking about me this episode?
Yeah, I think you like when we talk about you.
Okay, I mean we can. But thanks again. I appreciate the birthday wishes. And we're going to touch bases on episode 2 in this episode. The reason being is because as I was looking over that last episode, Jaymi was talking to me, and in discussion she was asking, it was something I said, and you were asking about providing a safe space for maybe a woman to open up.
Yes.
She was trying to say something, but I was trying to get my point across. And a lot of times when you are like debating about something, people only listen to their next point and not what the other person is trying to get off their chest. So as I was looking at the video, it didn't hit me when we were speaking, but afterwards it hit me. So I was wondering, what absolutely did you mean when you said provide a safe space for a woman to open up or feel comfortable with just saying what she needed? Because last episode we were talking about what is it that women provide in a relationship that's beneficial to the man.
Yeah. Okay. So in that context, I was kind of saying that I feel like women, we are emotional, and most of the time we do say how we feel, but when I say a safe space, I feel like we say it, but sometimes we don't always feel safe or comfortable. So I think we let out like anger or like accusing men of doing stuff when what we really want to say is like, this is how I feel about me, or I've dealt with this before and I'm afraid that you'll hurt me again. Like you have to create a space for us to be vulnerable in that way.
So is this dealing with women's like insecurities about themselves, or this is insecurities about maybe a past situation?
I think it's both.
You think it's both?
Yeah. I feel like it depends on the situation. Mm-hmm. So in certain situations, we may be afraid to say something that we're insecure with about ourselves. But
okay, so now why is that? Because I realize that it's hard, but I feel if it's somebody who you trust and you've invested time and energy in, and you see them in your future, why is that so hard to share with the guy that you're in a relationship with?
Okay, it's hard for me to explain it without an example, maybe. So I'll use me personally. One thing I struggle with in a relationship is, I think I struggle with the fear of them like leaving me. So what I learned to do is not be argumentative, and I don't really say how I feel, because my fear is if I say how I feel and you disagree with me, the argument will cause you to not want to be with me no more. So it really has nothing to do with the person necessarily. It's just what I've trained myself to do because of my past, if that makes sense.
Okay, so pretty much, would you tell the guy that you're pursuing? Would you tell him that? Well, do you feel safe enough to even say that? Because I feel like if you're not even safe enough to say that, then I mean he's all the way out in left field.
Yeah, but okay, the thing is, like, it takes, okay, for me, I'm not a slow learner, but with certain things, it takes me a little more time. And that situation is one of those things where I feel like somebody that I really may not want to lose, or I feel like this is a relationship that can really grow for real, I think I'm more willing to put it out there. If I feel like I'm working on like a forever thing, I can put it out there. But
because then you know it's beneficial to the relationship,
right? But if we kicking it and you cool, but
there's no reason to,
right? Because I'm not just gonna put my But my problem is, and why it would come up with me, is because I'll blow up. And I think a man or anybody can look at me like, where did that come from?
Right.
But I'll let it build until I can't no more. Now it's like, who is this person? Like, I've never seen her before.
Right.
Now I almost have to explain.
Okay. So, like I said, looking at episode 2, and when you said that, I got from it, my view was, it hit me a different way. It definitely hit me a different way, because I can own up to my mistakes if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I can own up to my mistakes. And I have no problem.
If you're wrong.
If I'm wrong, you gotta really have your facts right for me to be wrong. But when I'm wrong, I will own up to my mistakes. And it hit me for a reason when you said that. Because you said make it a safe space for you to open up, for a woman to open up within a relationship. So I'm saying, okay, make it a safe space. How in the world can we do that? I'm owning up right now. Like, when I'm in a relationship, like,
what do you do?
For sure, like, if a woman is, I don't make it a safe space at all. Like, I'm a really closed off individual.
Okay.
I have to trust you in order for me to open up to you.
Okay.
So by me being so closed off, I feel that puts the woman that I'm pursuing in a tough spot. Because while I'm being so closed off, she can't read me.
Okay.
So if she can't read me, I feel that she's not able to, or not only not able to get what she really necessarily needs to get off her chest, I feel like she may not trust it because she can't read me. She doesn't really know me as well as she would want to. Is that somewhat what you was?
I think that's somewhat what I'm talking about. But as a man, y'all are not the most comforting. Y'all not the most like, talk to me, I got you kind of people sometimes.
Right.
So, and we'll see that because women, like, we'll tell you about something that happened at work and y'all just be like, well, you should do this, da-da-da. Like, it's kind of like you giving us solutions, but you're not really, like, just allowing us to, like, be like in the moment with us. So it sometimes can be scary to be like, I really have a situation, I want him to be emotionally in it with me.
That is, I feel like stuff like that, that is what two individuals that are in a relationship should definitely talk about. When it's a, and I say that when it's a time in a relationship that a woman feels like that, I feel like women should talk to their man about stuff like that. Not in the moment, but when it's still on your mind.
Okay,
Okay,
but
because I feel like after
quick.
after the fact, after the heat of the moment, and after that dies down, I feel like that's a good time to talk to your man, because the issue is not, it's not all the way up there. You know what I mean? So you won't get the same reaction talking to him after the fact, when you done calm down, he done calm down, and he'll I feel like he'll listen more, where it's like, hey, like, this really, I needed you at this time emotionally more than trying to figure out a solution.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, I kind of see it like this too, because we have this conversation of the strong black woman. Okay, but
there's a lot out
if
there.
you, like, as a woman, I think we suppress our femininity, and we have to sometimes be strong, because when we bring certain, like, it cuts us when y'all respond the ways that y'all respond sometimes. So it's like we have to suppress our womanly nature to just want to cry or to just be soft and gentle,
right.
And we have to almost be like hard sometimes because of the reactions you give us.
Right.
I think it's a defense.
But it is a defense, and I understand that, and I understand what you just said. I don't understand why it cut y'all, because I'm not a woman. I don't feel like a man will ever understand that. But what I'm saying is,
so
it's very, I feel like it's very important for y'all to let us know.
Okay. Let's say, as a man, something happens. Things that y'all might cry about, it would be, if anything, maybe a death of a close relative or something.
Right.
That's kind of, So, as a woman, me knowing that a close person died, you don't have to ask me to just be there. So, because y'all are big on this, the moment you guys show vulnerability to us, the moment we react in a way that makes you feel a way, you don't do it anymore. It's like over.
The way the woman reacts.
Yeah, like if you start crying, or
if hold on, when you say if you start crying, if the man start crying, the way the woman reacts to trying to embrace that,
or the fact that we don't, or whatever. Like if we're vulnerable, or if you're vulnerable with us, and our reaction is cold or like kind of whatever, get over it, you're not gonna be vulnerable no more. Or if you're vulnerable with us and we throw it back in your face that you're vulnerable, you're not gonna do it no more. It's the same way with women.
Okay, I think I could agree with you on that. But your example was, when is it a time that you may find a man like vulnerable, like crying or so? And you said maybe a death in the family or something like that. So if it was flipped around and a woman had a death in the family, we would embrace that. We would be there for you to have, we'll give you a shoulder to cry on. We would, we wouldn't, it's nothing to fix. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to fix. But hold on. I'm not even trying to make no point here. But my thing is, it's something that connects to us, because if we was in that situation, we would want somebody to embrace us. But when it comes to other things that in a man's eyes that seems kind of smaller, but not as much of a big deal to us, it's extremely a big deal, and it could be almost on the same level as a death in the family to y'all. But we're not seeing it like that. So then when y'all want a shoulder to cry on, we more kind of like, we are fixers. We like, look, if you tripping off of that situation that happened at work, this is what you need to do. But you fed up about that situation at work. So you really just need an outlet, and you just need to let it all out.
So we need to let you know up front what we want. With small situations.
See, that's the thing. It's small to y'all, but it's like it's big to y'all, but it's small to us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because that's very small to us, because we look at it as like we deal with stuff like that, and we get over it, or we find a way not to deal with it anymore.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I guess now when we say safe space, for men and women, you need to create a space where you can actually just be honest without having to deal with the what's the word?
The backlash that'll come with it.
Yeah, for your honesty.
Right, and you have to know the timing when to discuss this. Women don't discuss this when you don't get that reaction that you was wanting from your man. Because you fed up. Like, you fed up about the situation. You fed up about the situation. You're fed up about the situation, and now you fed up about the fact that you did not get that reaction that you needed. So
when should we discuss things with y'all?
After the fact. If you don't get the reaction that you wanted.
After what?
After it dies down.
What does that have? What if it has nothing to do with you? Like, after what dies? After we calm down from
I feel okay. Say if you had a tough day, not even a tough day. Say if you had a tough week at work.
Okay.
You didn't mention anything, or you could have mentioned something to the guy that you're pursuing. Come Friday, it's the last day. You're exhausted, and you just want to literally like lay it all out. Tell him everything that happened, and this is why this is not working, and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't give you the reaction that you need. You already up there, right?
Okay.
So I feel like if he doesn't give the reaction that you need, that's going to piss you off even more. Mm-hmm. So bringing it up at that time, I feel like that's not a good idea. Because you're already up here, and he's feeling like you come in out of nowhere with all it is. Because you're up here. Remember, up here to y'all, it's a big deal. Because that's almost the same way you saying a death in the family. Comparing that, we look at it as like, why are you even like, why you have all that, like all of that energy? You're not understanding at all.
I hear what you're saying.
But are you understanding, though?
You feel like we should calm down before we talk, so if we don't get the reaction we want, we not lit even more?
All I'm saying is, if you bring it up during that time, it will be an argument. Because the man is going to feel like you came from left field, and you're going to feel that you didn't, because you've been talking about this throughout the week. Bits and pieces. That's all I'm saying.
But let me tell you why I disagree.
Why do you disagree, Jaymi?
I don't think the issue is the passion or lack of passion you have about the situation. I think the issue is more so the timing that you bring it to him, as far as when it's super late at night and y'all are tired. Probably not a good time. When he's hungry or you're hungry, probably not a good time. When he's trying to watch the game, probably not a good time. I feel like you can still have as much passion, but you can present it when the situation is a little more like.
That's what I just said. When it dies down.
But your passion don't have to die down. You saying when she's calmer about what happened.
Yeah, or when the situation is over. So if
We
he
don't know how to
doesn't listen,
we don't know how
if
to
the
table
situation,
all of that sometimes.
I'm just trying to help the situation out. Like, if you don't know how to table it, I mean, I feel like you should probably.
Because if something just popped off, it'd be like, yo, this what happened.
This ain't nothing that just popped off. We talking about the whole week. Okay? We talking about the whole week. When you need him to be there emotionally. Okay. You talking about a man trying to be there emotionally. This ain't nothing that's gonna like click overnight. Like in a relationship. You trying to get your man to be there emotionally for you. Not your girlfriends, not your mom, your man. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? So it's more to it. So as a man, I'm just saying like that would save me an argument. Because I'm going to feel like you come in out of nowhere, and now I'm going to feel like, why are you so mad? But you mad because you didn't get the reaction that you needed from me, which was the embracing and the shoulder to cry on, or just listening.
Okay, so
you feel like, because not only that, y'all probably feeling like I'm one of your coworkers. I'm just being defensive, or just like, but nah, like that's not even what we trying to.
So the question is, how do you start the conversation so that y'all understand that right now in this moment, I don't need you to be all hard and rough on me.
Okay, what do you need what do you need?
Like,
what do you after you open up to your man?
No,
what
how do I open up?
When you do open up, in whatever form you open up, after you had the long day of work, and you need his emotion. This is hard for me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not too emotional, but you need the emotional.
No.
What do you hold on? What do you need? Come on, like I'm right there. I'm about to help you. Like, what do you need?
We need to feel like we're being heard.
Okay, so you feel like why can't y'all just start the conversation off like that? This is a time
I want to feel
where
like
I just need.
Heard.
Huh?
What should we say?
You been with this guy for how long?
I don't know.
Like, why can't y'all just say, hey, Mark.
Mark.
I need to be heard right now. I don't need to be criticized. I had a long day of work. I had a long week. This is what happened. Now. This is what happened.
I'm gonna tell you why.
As soon as y'all do that, Mark gonna be like, "Hey, babe."
That's what he's gonna say. It's Mark saying,
"What's going on?"
Mark is Caucasian.
Because he see. You can have a Caucasian Mark. Anyways, hey, babe.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you what really happens. Because this right here, that's a fantasy. Let me tell you what happens. Joe, what you want? Never mind. Forget it.
Joe, what you want?
Joe. He say, what you want?
Uh-huh.
It's over now. We can't even get there.
Well, I mean, that's if Joe had that response, what you want, when it's a time that he absolutely doesn't know because he's not in your head, so he didn't know not to respond like that, then you've been dealing with a Joe what you want for years. So a Joe what you want ain't gonna change until he knows what's in your mind. Okay, so you can't, but hold on. You can't criticize a Joe what you want because you feeling low right now. You got to get over that because you've been dealing with a Joe what you want.
Man,
for all this time. Why he gonna change? He always respond to you like that.
But I'm saying, like, there are some men that are just more like, babe. They're gentle.
Right.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, hold on. But what I'm saying is they're gentle like that all the time. No, they're no Joe what you want. If that gentle man was like what you want, you would have literally probably flipped on him, and you would have been like, "What's wrong with you?" But a man that's saying what you want, like, come on, like that's him. That's what he's been doing.
But
so
that
you
makes
can't,
it so hard for us.
Yes, but if that what makes it hard for you, it's more because of that's the man you've been dealing with forever. So now you in a spot where you feeling low, and now you can't even come to your man offer his response.
Because if I really have something deep,
right,
and I'm like, or okay,
but
how about this? Because all
I
said was Joe. So what if it was more like, I really want to talk to you about something, and a response like, what is it now? Or
okay, then that's okay. Then that's not making it a safe place though. Then that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's not what you said before. Then you said it different.
We'll cut that out. What I'm saying now is, if you know, because you know how y'all are.
Yeah, I do.
So
I really do.
It just be like, I'm
a Joe what you want.
Okay, so you can't want a woman to be soft and gentle and loving and all these things, and then be like, you're a woman, be a woman, when you don't allow us to be a woman because you're so harsh. Like, we have to be more like.
This is I'm trying to really understand the situation.
Okay.
Because I'm the one that brought this topic up because it hit me. But
I'm trying to help men not be so harsh. But
my thing is, you have men that come in different categories. Mm-hmm. You have men that are harsh. Some women like men that are harsh. Some women like men to talk to them a certain way. Some women do.
I don't think they actually really like it.
I feel
you telling me women like when men be like, little dot this that bring yo. They don't really like it. They just used to it.
Jaymi, you can see
every woman wants
you can
a
see
man
it on social media. It's all over the place.
That don't mean that they actually enjoy an emotionally abusive relationship.
Well, why would you be in it?
Because that's all you know.
Okay, well, if that's all you know, then
that don't mean you really want it. You just don't know nothing else.
Okay, well, just become a Sierra and instead of dealing with futures, get you a Russell.
Yeah, but some women don't believe they can get a Russell. That's the problem. Every woman, I'm telling you, every woman in America, we all want to feel loved by our man. We all want to have a safe space and a safe landing space to know, just as much as when y'all come home, y'all want us to be your peace.
Right.
We want to feel like we got somebody that got us. We can talk to y'all about anything.
Right.
Like, you're here for me. You actually love. Women want to be loved.
That's 100%.
Men want to be respected.
That is 100% right.
So when you respond like that, we feel a lack of love.
Yes.
Y'all have an issue.
But women, y'all not understanding my point.
Okay, what's your point?
I'm
gonna try to listen.
If we respond like that, after we know that you're in a space that you need us emotionally, then we're wrong. We're wrong. But what I'm trying to tell you, if we respond like that and we don't know, then we're not wrong because we're like that.
Okay, so
So if we do respond like that, and we know that you're in an emotional space, I think in that case scenario, that relationship needs to go back to the drawing board in that situation.
And what are we drawing up? Like what?
The woman is communicating what she needs.
Okay, you're not an emotional person.
Not at all.
Okay, so I feel like a woman could communicate till she blue in the face, but if that's not who you are, then what? You move on? Like, I'm confused. How do you make a man that's not the most emotional or sensitive more emotional and sensitive?
You're not.
Okay, so then what?
You gotta find somebody who's more emotional for your standards.
I don't.
You don't think it's. Do you feel like you could make a man that is not emotional more emotional?
I feel like men adjust and change for who they want to.
If the woman is making this safe space,
I feel like
for them too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much y'all.
So why a woman is looking for the safe space, if the woman makes a safe space for her man to feel comfortable with being emotional with her, then that would be a way to make a not emotional man a Joe what you want and turn him into a Russell.
Okay.
You did it. So I was trying to come to this episode with trying to learn something from you, but like,
but what?
I feel like you learned something too.
Oh, okay.
But again, just how we talked this out. Like, seriously, I'm not even trying to be funny. Just how we just talked something out, just like this. I feel that it's crucial that people in a relationship could just talk like this
without yelling,
and you could work something out.
So what you were saying as a conclusion is for most men to begin to be a little more gentle. They need safer spaces for them to be vulnerable. So if they're vulnerable, they can kind of empathize with your vulnerability. Is that what?
Definitely. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not. We already said it. Like, I'm not the emotional type, but I feel like I would have to be with a woman that is very, very wise. She has to be very wise because she would have to provide. She would have to look at herself in the mirror first, and she would have to ask herself what she could do in order to try to help this situation out by not just pointing the fingers and letting me know what I'm not doing. Because as a man, all I'm hearing is what I'm not doing. You get what I'm saying? And that at the end of the day, I'm not going to want to hear that. And then I'm going to try, but the way that she's saying and what I should try to do and stuff, it's not going to work. But if the woman doesn't say, if she says less and starts to create a safer space for me to be emotional, she's not just saying, she's not just pointing her finger. She's actually showing me in how she's acting.
So you're saying it's not enough for her to say, I just need you to be more, I need you to listen more I need you to be a little more softer with me or this and that. It's
When
not
it comes
enough
to,
for her to just say it because you just automatically take it like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that.
that's not how we take it. A woman can say what they need from a man, but I feel like when it comes to certain things, we won't understand it. So when it comes to that degree, I feel like those are the case scenarios where we need to be shown the way in order for it to work.
Okay.
Because
so,
if a woman walks up to me today and say you're not emotionally there enough to me, I'm going to be like, okay, you're telling that to a man that's not emotional. So if she was saying that to a man that is emotional, then he would have somewhat of an ideal to make sure he fulfills her needs. But if you talking to, that's just like you got a positive battery and you got a negative battery. Like, and the positive battery is telling the negative battery that all of a sudden you need to be a positive battery. You get what I'm saying now? Like,
so
it's not.
We gotta get you in the middle of a situation where we can say, like, right here, this is when I need you to do that.
Yeah, I feel like that would be, I mean, not common sense, but I feel like, yeah, that would, I mean.
I really feel like men are more emotional than we think, and then more emotional than they will say.
We are. No, we really are.
But I do feel like, okay, you see people on social media, and you have men that are all over their woman, you know. Some of them are probably just, their love language could be touch, so they like to touch. That could be part of it. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like men that are more vulnerable in that area don't deal with like the same hurts and maybe rejection as men that aren't, because from just my personal point of view, when a man gets in a relationship for the first time, I mean, we probably talking high school, they are like all over her, you know, like it's like fresh, it's new, they're in love and all this stuff. And it just seems like the moment they get hurt, the more they pull back. So now when a man gets grown in his 20s, late 20s, early 30s or whatever, by this time, I do feel like y'all have set up such a wall that you can't go back to that boy in high school no more. But I feel like the boy in high school is still in you. You've just hidden him because of all the other hurt that you faced. So I guess, how do you get back to being there? And from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you need us to make you feel safe again, to know that we won't hurt you the way everybody else did.
Right, but most women say they shouldn't have to do that.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't, but I'm saying most women will say they don't need to do that. So, to be honest with you, what you just said, that is 100%. I think that's so true. I think anybody that knows me, that is very true about me too. I've definitely built up a wall, but at the end of the day, you can always have that same boy come back out. You could always do, but it's just, you have to find the right woman, and that woman has to be, I feel like that woman has to be wise enough to create that space for that boy to come back out.
Okay, so I guess as a challenge to women, maybe we need to pay more attention or see things a little differently. Like listen to when y'all speak. Like really listen.
Right. I mean, that really comes with knowing his background, connecting the dots. Women are very good at connecting dots. Mm-hmm. When it comes to things that are negative, it could be other stuff. It could be some drama within the relationship. Some real drama. I feel like women can connect the dots. This don't make sense. This not matching up. Blah, blah, blah. Easy. Y'all do that easy. Y'all do that real easy.
Intuition.
But, okay. Well, if y'all can use that intuition when stuff don't match up, trying to expose your man, because he probably was doing some stuff he shouldn't have been doing. Why can't y'all use that same energy with trying to get to know why he's the way he is?
Checkmate. Okay.
So.
I don't have no. That's a good point.
Okay. So. I feel like we.
You think we came to our conclusion with all of this?
I think so. I mean, what would you think the conclusion is out of this episode? What would you think the conclusion is? With finding that safe space within a relationship.
I think that both parties really have to kind of stop looking at what isn't right and maybe see like make it about the other person more.
Because what y'all are building is the future, what y'all are working for, which y'all are working in a relationship is to actually be together, be joint as one anyways.
Right, that's what you should be.
That's what a marriage is, correct?
Right.
So within that process, knowing as much as you can about that other person is not only beneficial to you, it's beneficial to the both of y'all.
Right.
Because now you have a better understanding why he acts like this, why she acts like this. Then once he does or she does, you won't get as offended and you won't feel that when he answers what you want, it's not coming from a harsh place.
Hopefully.
It's no way it's coming from a harsh place if that's how he always is.
Well,
like if that's how he always is, that's what that
we're talking about
wants.
people that are actually in good decent relationships. We're not just talking about like people who know like this is toxic or bad.
Right.
But yeah, like if you know he's a good man, he's just kind of rough around the edges, like then I feel like it's not coming from a harsh place. If you just with somebody that you know is mean, then I mean I wouldn't stay, but we're not talking to them people, okay? I think sometimes we have to make it clear.
Yeah.
We're not talking to the toxic people, okay? But I don't know. I mean, I think this could help some people out.
Yeah, definitely. So you good?
I think so. We may do a part 2 or something.
Well, I mean, we'll do a part 2 if people, if the people that are listening, they think that this is something important in a relationship, and if it's something important to your relationship, we'll do a part 2 if need. But if we don't have feedback on it, it's we probably won't. I feel like we're good. Okay. But I mean, somebody could be listening and they could feel like they're not. So I have no problem going deeper into it. I'm sure you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think this went a different way, but
no, it did. I mean, I feel like this episode we both were learning. I feel like we both were learning, and I hope since we both were learning, I feel like people that were watching and listening right now, I feel like hopefully you guys are learning too, and we're all learning together to grow and have a successful relationship. So,
all right,
that's that. We are done, and we will we'll do this again next week. EQ Love, checking out.
bye y'all.